Imagine waking up tomorrow with a missing arm. It sounds horrifying. But for one animal, it would barely matter. Within weeks, a brand new arm would begin growing. No surgery, no medicine, no scars. Nature simply rebuilds it. Salamanders can do this. Starfish can replace entire limbs. Some worms can rebuild almost their entire bodies. But humans, if we lose a finger, an arm, or a leg, it's gone forever. Why? Did our ancient ancestors once have this incredible power, or did evolution deliberately take it away? The answer isn't just about biology. It's a story stretching back hundreds of millions of years, a story that reveals why humans became masters of survival while sacrificing one of nature's greatest superpowers. Imagine walking through an ancient forest millions of years ago. A predator attacks a small salamander. In panic, the animal drops its tail and escapes. For most creatures, losing part of the body would be devastating. For the salamander, it's only a temporary inconvenience. Within days, special cells gather around the wound. Instead of forming a scar, something extraordinary happens. The cells forget what they once were: muscle cells, skin cells, bone cells. They return to an almost embryonic state. Scientists call this structure a blastema. It's like pressing the reset button on an entire body part. Week after week, new muscles appear, new blood vessels grow, bones form perfectly, nerves reconnect. Eventually, a complete new tail emerges, not a fake replacement, not scar tissue, a real working body part. Some salamanders repeat this process dozens of times during their lives. Even more astonishing, some species can regenerate parts of their heart, their spinal cord, even sections of their brain. It's one of evolution's greatest miracles. So why didn't humans inherit this remarkable ability? The answer begins long before humans even existed. If salamanders can regenerate entire limbs, why can't humans? The answer lies deep in our evolutionary past. More than 500 million years ago, the earliest vertebrates lived in Earth's ancient oceans. These primitive fish were very different from modern animals, but even then, many species had remarkable healing abilities. Damaged fins could regrow, and injuries often healed without leaving thick scars. Back then, regeneration wasn't unusual. It was simply one of nature's survival tools. As evolution continued, some groups kept this extraordinary ability. Others slowly began to lose it. When vertebrates first moved onto land around 370 million years ago, life became far more dangerous. Gravity pulled harder on their bodies. Dry environments increased the risk of infection. Predators became faster and more powerful. Surviving in this harsh new world required new strategies. Instead of rebuilding damaged body parts over weeks or months, many animals evolved to heal as quickly as possible. Speed became more valuable than perfection. Imagine suffering a deep wound while escaping a predator. An animal that spent weeks growing new tissue would remain weak and vulnerable, but an animal that sealed the wound within hours, even if it left a scar, had a much better chance of surviving. This was evolution making a trade-off: perfect regeneration or rapid survival. For our ancestors, rapid healing often won. Over millions of years, mammals became warm-blooded creatures with fast metabolisms. Our bodies burned enormous amounts of energy every single day, supporting a large brain, maintaining constant body temperature, powering muscles, and fighting disease. All of these demanded precious resources. Growing an entirely new arm or leg would require an incredible amount of energy. For evolution, it was simply too expensive. Instead, mammals invested in something else: an incredibly powerful immune system. Fast blood clotting, rapid skin repair, strong bones that heal after fractures. These abilities dramatically increased survival, even though they came with one major cost: scar tissue. Whenever your skin is badly injured, your body races to close the wound. Special cells called fibroblasts quickly produce collagen, creating a protective patch over the damaged area. It's fast, it's effective, and it helps prevent dangerous infections. But there's a downside. Scar tissue doesn't contain the complex instructions needed to rebuild muscles, nerves, blood vessels, or bones exactly as they were before. The body chooses safety over perfection. Every scar on your skin is evidence of an ancient evolutionary decision, a decision that helped mammals survive, but slowly erased one of nature's greatest superpowers. Yet here's the fascinating part. Scientists have discovered that humans may not have lost regeneration completely. In fact, tiny traces of this forgotten ability may still exist inside every one of us. At first glance, it seems humans have no ability to regenerate at all, but that's not entirely true. In fact, your body is quietly rebuilding itself every single day. Every second, millions of old cells die, and millions of new ones take their place. Your skin constantly replaces damaged cells. Your blood is renewed. The lining of your intestines is rebuilt every few days. Even your liver possesses an incredible ability. If surgeons remove as much as 70% of a healthy liver, the remaining portion can grow back to nearly its original size. It doesn't create a brand new liver from scratch, but it restores enough tissue for the organ to function normally. That's a remarkable form of regeneration. Young children have another surprising ability. If a child loses the very tip of a finger under specific conditions, the fingertip can sometimes grow back almost completely. The skin returns, the nail grows again. Tiny nerves reconnect. Even the fingerprint can reappear. Adults rarely have this ability. Somehow, as we grow older, the body becomes less willing to regenerate. Why? Scientists believe the answer lies in a tiny group of powerful cells hidden throughout the body. These are called stem cells. Stem cells are different from ordinary cells. Instead of having one fixed job, they can transform into many different types of tissue. They are the body's master builders. During early development, stem cells construct every organ, muscle, bone, and nerve in the human body. Even after birth, many remain with us. They help repair injuries, replace worn-out cells, and keep organs functioning throughout life. So if humans already have stem cells, why can't they simply rebuild an entire arm? Because regeneration isn't just about having the right building materials, it's about having the complete blueprint. Imagine trying to rebuild an enormous city after an earthquake. You have bricks, steel, workers, concrete, electricians, engineers, everything you need. But there's one problem. The master blueprint is missing. No one knows exactly where every road, building, pipe, and power line should go. Without that plan, construction quickly turns into chaos. The same thing happens inside the human body. Growing a limb isn't simply making more cells. Every bone must develop in the correct shape. Every muscle must connect perfectly. Blood vessels must reach every tissue. Tendons must attach with incredible precision. And perhaps most difficult of all, billions of nerve connections must reconnect exactly where they belong. One tiny mistake could leave a useless limb or even threaten survival. Instead of taking that enormous risk, the human body follows a safer strategy: seal the wound, prevent infection, restore basic function, move on. It isn't perfect, but for millions of years, it worked well enough to help our ancestors survive. Yet modern science is beginning to ask an extraordinary question. What if those ancient instructions were never completely erased? What if they're simply switched off? For centuries, the idea of regrowing a human arm or leg belonged only to myths and science fiction. But today, scientists are beginning to challenge that assumption. Around the world, research laboratories are studying animals with extraordinary regenerative abilities. They compare salamanders, zebrafish, and even tiny flatworms with the human body. Their goal is simple: discover exactly what happens after an injury and why humans respond so differently. One of the biggest clues comes from the immune system. When a human is badly injured, the immune system reacts immediately. Inflammation begins, blood clots form, fibroblasts rush to the wound. Within days, scar tissue starts covering the damaged area. This rapid response saves lives, but it also ends the possibility of complete regeneration. Salamanders follow a different path. Instead of building a permanent scar, their cells create a special environment where new tissues can begin growing. Scientists believe that understanding this difference could one day transform modern medicine. Another exciting area of research involves stem cells. Researchers are learning how to guide stem cells into becoming skin, bone, cartilage, blood vessels, and even nerve cells. In laboratories, scientists have already grown tiny human organs called organoids. These miniature organs help researchers study diseases and test new treatments. They're not full-sized organs, but they prove that human cells still remember how to build complex structures. Engineers are also developing advanced 3D bioprinters. Instead of printing plastic, these machines carefully place living cells into precise patterns. The dream is that one day they could create replacement tissues, or perhaps even entire organs, for patients in need. Scientists are also exploring the genes that control regeneration. Inside every cell are thousands of genetic instructions. Some of these genes are highly active in salamanders when a limb is lost. Humans possess many similar genes. The mystery is that after severe injuries, most of these genetic programs remain largely inactive. If researchers can safely understand and influence these biological signals, future medicine could dramatically improve healing. But there is a major challenge. Regeneration is one of the most complicated processes in biology. If cells grow too little, nothing happens. If they grow too much, the result can be dangerous, including uncontrolled cell growth associated with diseases such as cancer. That's why scientists move carefully. Every discovery must be tested over many years before it can become a safe treatment. Even so, progress is happening faster than ever before. What sounded impossible just a few decades ago is now an active field of scientific research. Perhaps the greatest mystery isn't whether humans can regenerate today, it's whether evolution left behind a hidden instruction manual, waiting for us to learn how to read it. Imagine if humans could regrow a lost arm. Hospitals would look completely different. Many life-changing injuries might become temporary setbacks. The idea sounds like the ultimate biological superpower. But evolution doesn't create perfect organisms. It creates organisms that survive long enough to reproduce. Every adaptation comes with a price. For our ancestors, the ability to think, cooperate, and adapt to changing environments became more valuable than rebuilding lost limbs. Instead of investing massive amounts of energy into regeneration, evolution favored traits that improve survival every single day: a larger brain, faster learning, complex language, skilled hands capable of creating tools, a powerful immune system that fought deadly infections, rapid wound healing that stopped bleeding before it became fatal. These changes helped humans spread across deserts, frozen tundras, dense forests, and remote islands. We became the most adaptable species on Earth. Ironically, the loss of one extraordinary ability may have helped us gain many others, yet the story doesn't end there. Today, science is doing something evolution never could. It isn't waiting millions of years for random mutations. Researchers are using genetics, stem cells, tissue engineering, and advanced biotechnology to understand how regeneration works. Every discovery brings us one step closer to repairing injuries that were once considered permanent. Will humans ever regrow an entire arm or leg? No one can say for certain. It may take decades. It may require breakthroughs we haven't imagined yet. Or it may prove to be one of biology's greatest limits. But one thing is clear: the answers are no longer hidden only in ancient fossils. They're being explored in laboratories around the world. Perhaps the greatest lesson is this: our bodies are not unfinished. They are the result of hundreds of millions of years of evolutionary choices. Every scar you carry, every healed bone, Every cut that closed instead of becoming infected tells the story of those choices. The ability to regenerate may have faded, but in its place, evolution gave us something equally remarkable. A body capable of surviving, adapting, and thriving in almost every environment on Earth. And maybe one day, humanity will learn how to combine the best of both worlds, the resilience evolution gave us and the regenerative power it left behind. If you enjoyed discovering the hidden science behind the human body, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more fascinating documentaries on evolution, ancient history, and the mysteries of our world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next journey into the past.